the issue with Prince Harry is that he admitted to taking a lot of quite serious drugs in his book, and this is something that's caused a bit of a kerfuffle in America. We put some people that like Harry saying it doesn't matter, but other people that don't particularly like him saying, well, he shouldn't be allowed to get American citizenship. As we understand it, at the moment, he hasn't applied for American citizenship. He just mentioned it in the Hula interview. Look, I think President Trump, former President Trump, is playing a few games here. He likes to stir the pot. He always has done. He's at one hand giving and the other one taking away, saying he's going to leave Harry on his own whilst praising how wonderful the Queen was. So it's highly unlikely that anything will be done to damage Harry if he became president. I would have thought he's got bigger fish to fry. I think what he's trying to do is play politics again. You know, it's using Harry as a pawn in a game to criticize the Democratic president, to try to undermine his judgment and to make him look as if he's too overly friendly, bending the rules for a member of the royal family, which wouldn't go down too well with a number of people in America. So look, I just think he's playing politics, and he knows he is. A lot of people have said a lot of things about Mr. President Trump, saying he's unforgivable. Look, I actually think it's a bit of a war of words. I do think that Trump had a lot of respect for the Queen. There's no doubt about that. I believe he did. But when it comes to Harry, he's a bit part player in a much bigger game of politics here, and he's just been caught in the crossfire. I think that people may remind the president, if he gets elected over Biden, of what he said about Harry. Will he actually ever do anything about it? I very much doubt it, because why would he want to offend Britain? Why would he want to offend the King? Very unlikely that he would do that by singling him out for special treatment. It's a game of politics, really. I think that it's because the Biden administration has been caught up in so-called controversy for not acting on over Harry and not being taking action where he has said that he wouldn't have got a visa if he'd been anyone else, if he'd been a situation like this, but by saying that he'd taken hard drugs, probably wouldn't have got a visa. But now they're saying in court that the book, was written to just sell copies. So in a way, that undermines Harry just as much as what President Trump is saying, because it's saying the book on which he made millions isn't worth the paper it's written on. Look, it's very difficult to know whether Harry was embellishing about his drug taking. I don't think he probably was. I think actually the book was quite, from his perspective, is what he believed. And only he will know how many drugs and what the drugs he took, and he put it in black and white. So, he didn't have to do that. I'd probably, if I was advising him, wouldn't have done it, but he did it, and one has to take him at his word. If Harry is worried about the level of scrutiny he's under, he's probably got himself to blame, because in all honesty, he's the one who's generating it most of the time with he's given Mr. President Trump ammunition to attack him by writing down that he'd taken hard drugs, which he did in his autobiography Spare. So it's self-administered this. He also needs to be in the public eye as much as possible, because for all of the ventures that he is involved with. My feeling is actually Harry is sort of caught, is between the devil and the deep blue sea on this. He can't win either way. But I think also Meghan Markle has now her colours to the mast as a Democrat and very clearly supporting that side of the fence. So I think it's a bloody game, American politics, any politics, and if you enter that fray, whoever you are, it's going to be a difficult situation. And clearly the Sussexes are on the side of the Democrats. They've made that quite clear. And so you're going to make an enemy of the Republican candidate in President Trump, and he can be a very difficult and loud enemy.